against the Sioux Falls Canaries, game 4 of this 5-game and 4-day series. And today joined by, none other than the man of the hour last night, Tyler Cook, who threw the first no-hitter in Sioux City Explorers franchise history. Tyler, I guess the first question for you is, how is that left arm feeling? That was 132 pitches. That's, I believe, about 43 more than your previous high this year, which was 89. So you went above and beyond to go get that no-hitter. How are you feeling today?
Definitely a little sore. Definitely probably the most pitches I've ever thrown. But, it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing, and I felt good. So Mongo let me go back out, and just glad I was able to get it done.
I was going to ask you about that because Mongo put that out on Twitter last night that apparently he was going to take you out after 5, and you said, no, absolutely not. I'm going back out there. Take us through that conversation. I'm sure probably happened right here in the dugout.
Yeah, obviously any pitcher wants to keep going if they feel good. I know my pitch count was high, but I told Mongo, I said, come get me if, I get in trouble. You can come get me. I think Gherkin was going to come in the game. And he let me just go back out there. Had some amazing defense behind me, and we got it done.
I was going to say, talk about that. With every no-hitter, there has to be a defensive highlight. The one that always sticks out is Mark Burley's perfect game, home run robbing catch. But for you, Michael Lang had a couple of nice sliding plays in right field, and then the big one that stands out is in that 7th inning to get the second out of the inning. Jose Sermo had to go Nolan Arenado, Manny Machado into foul ground, throwing off his back foot, and throws a dart to first base to record the out. The defense last night for you was spectacular, which, again, you need that in a no-hitter. You were also electric, but the defense certainly was working for you.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's probably one of the better plays I've seen since I've been here, and I had a great angle for it, too. It felt like it was in slow motion. It felt like I was watching in slow motion. But, yeah, the defense was great. The offense was great, putting up runs early, and we just rolled from there.
Talking to Tyler Cook, the Explorers pitcher who threw the first no-hitter in X's franchise history last night against the Sioux Falls Canaries. For me, I was only calling the game. It's the first no-hitter I've actually ever get to watch in person. I've always just seen him on TV, but it was the first one I've ever gotten to see in person. To me, it's still surreal. I drove here to the ballpark from Sioux City and I couldn't believe that happened last night. I can't imagine what it feels like for you, being on the mound, doing it. What does it feel like for you today, coming back into the clubhouse being like, oh my God, I did that last night?
Yeah, it definitely feels surreal. Never really think about those kind of things when you go out to pitch. You're not like, I'm going to throw a no-hitter today. Obviously you want to, but
Right.
But yeah, it feels good. Ready to get 2 more wins, try to make a little playoff push.
This is your first season of professional baseball. You've been able to accomplish something that, again, no other Sioux City Explorer has done in your 3rd career start, mind you, as well. But what's been your main takeaway from your first season of pro ball with the Sioux City Explorers?
My main takeaway is just how much I enjoy the game of baseball. I realized that this year with this group of guys. I'm glad they took me and, some other rookies in, like Jonah. They took us in, taught us the way early on, and, yeah, I'm thankful for every one of the teammates that's helped me, and, yeah, it's been great.
Going back, actually, one final question. I forgot all about this, but going back to that no-hitter, we had a moment where Mitch Gelfie left the game due to an injury. Lane Milligan came in. And I think that's a huge part of the story, the narrative of the no-hitter is that you had to switch catchers halfway in between. For a lot of no-hitters or perfect games, a lot of the credit obviously goes to the pitcher, but then also people mention, hey, the catcher called a great game as well. Now, while they're probably implementing the same game plan that Bobby and Mongo put out there for you, it's still going to have different variations between the two of them. I believe that stands something to be said that you did it with 2 different catchers. Was there really that much of a difference between how, Milligan and Gelfie called the game, and how much of an adjustment was that for you?
That's not really an adjustment to me because I think they're both great catchers. We both have good relationships. We're usually on the same page. Definitely unfortunate what happened to Gelfie. we were talking on the bus today. We still don't know how that even happened. It took a crazy bounce, but Millie came in and did a great job back there, picked us up, and both are great catchers. So it's not hard to throw to a good catcher.
You also didn't know you were going to be starting coming into the ballpark yesterday. I didn't know you were going to be starting. You actually warmed up in the bullpen for game one. You were ready to come into the 7th inning if need be. I mean, did that maybe help at all, not having the thought in your head all day that, okay, I got to start today, and it just kind of happened? Like you said, completely random. You didn't expect to go in and throw a no-hitter, but it just happened. Do you think that maybe helped the mindset of not knowing going into game two that you were going to be the starter until, I'm sure Mongo and Bobby told you, but I didn't know until he put out the lineup?
Yeah, when we were shaking hands after we won the first game, that's when Mongo asked if I wanted to start, and I told him, I said, yeah, I want to start. I didn't really expect anything to go far in the game or anything. I was just going to go as long as I could. I think not knowing actually does helps me just kind of just go for it. Like, all right, you're in the game. That's kind of how I feel coming out of the bullpen too. So that kind of helped too, making that start. It's a start, but it felt like a bullpen appearance almost, if that makes sense.
Well, Tyler, congratulations on the accomplishment last night, and I'm sure for myself and many Explorers fans out there, we just want to say thank you for providing that memory and that experience for the X's. Again, first time it's ever happened in franchise history. The fans have waited a long time for it. You came through with it, so we appreciate the effort out of you, what you've given to the Explorers this year, and I'm sure we probably won't see you the next couple of days unless it's an emergency situation, but again, best of luck here going forward with Sioux City.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it.
That was Explorers pitcher Tyler Cook, who threw the first no-hitter in X's franchise history last night against the Sioux Falls Canaries. When we come back on the Explorers